That's not what I opened. 2 parts to go. Okay, let's do this next. Extreme Drive. Hello. Fontanalia Film Festival. Great job. You really outdid yourself this time. As things stand, finishing the project before the deadline is nothing but a pipe dream. Sob. Wailing. I'm not just in for a scolding. The boss is literally gonna kill me. Why is that young lady over there crying? Do you think she needs a doctor? I wonder if there are any professional therapists in Fontaine. When did you get here? Thanks for your concern, but right now, what I need is a doctor that can resurrect my dying career. Paimon's pretty sure that isn't something a doctor can fix. It's only a job. Worst case scenario, you can always get another one. Getting a new job's worse than dying. Everything you've learned goes out the window and you have to start over from scratch. Just talking about it like this won't solve anything, though. Why don't you tell us more about your problem? That might be a bit hard, considering it's a technical issue. Now, just how can I explain it? Well, first thing first, my name's Helen, and I'm an engineer working for the Fontanalia Film Festival's equipment supplier. I'm mainly responsible for developing audio-visual equipment. To achieve a certain effect, when filming, our client requested us to develop a kind of stabilization platform that can carry film cameras while moving at high speed. These stabilization platforms also need to be able to carry puppets that look like actors or model animals playing the part of groups in the background. That way, they'd be able to keep the cameras fixed on actors while moving at high speeds, or save them from having to splash out the cash to hire hordes of extras. On top of that, they insisted that each platform had to be less than a third of the cost of a camera, and that its lifespan had to be at least 30 years. How is anyone that picky? Even for a master craftsman, producing something cheap but durable that works well is nigh on impossible. But I managed it. After all, the customer is always right, such a lie. We've had even fussier clients before, and I've nearly run myself into the ground trying to satisfy them. Then, what's got you in such a huff? The problem is I don't have anyone to test it. I've created the product, but unless I can get it tested, the project can't be considered complete. All the testers who have a basic grasp of mechanics are physically fit enough have already been employed by the Fontanalia Film Festival for the more important work. If the client receives a product that hasn't undergone proper testing and it turns out there's something wrong with it, I'll have to cough up 10 times the original payment amount compensation. All I can do is hang around trying to sell our products while I look for some outside assistance. Even if it means I end up losing money on this contract in the end, so be it. After all, it was my boss that signed the agreement with the client, but I'll be the one on the hook if we have to compensate them 10 times the value of the contract. Well, we've come this far, might as well tell us what testing involves. That's right, as long as it's nothing too complex, perhaps we can handle some of the simpler stuff. It might not sound difficult, but it's harder than you think. To confirm how the stabilization platforms perform when running at extremely high speeds, I set them to avoid anyone who gets too close mode. The tester has to run after stabilization platforms within a specified area and chase as many platforms as possible into the target area as quickly as possible. For someone with poor stamina like me, chasing a stabilization platform more than a few steps is enough to make them collapse from exhaustion. It's just a bit of running around. Now that you've described it, Paimon's positive this'll be a piece of cake. It's just a few machines. Just you wait. We'll be hot on their tails in no time. We might even end up overtaking them if you're lucky. Testing limits and that sort of thing is a walk in the park. For real? What, genuinely? You're actually serious? Then I'll pay you, please. Ah, the commission. We won't say no to that, but under the circumstances, if we accept too much of your money, our consciences, words wouldn't forgive us. Just pay us however much you usually pay your testers. Miracle workers, that's what you are. Not just doctors, but miracle workers. Here to resurrect by dying career. The testing site is in an empty domain near the city. Well, I'll leave it to you two then. You have my undying gratitude. After this many years in the business, finally a bit of luck. The boss won't be killing me tomorrow after all. After you finish this job, maybe you should consider switching bosses. Go to challenge. Teleport B. Okay, stabilization mecha balls automatically avoid testers and move in the opposite direction, okay, of an approaching tester. So angles matter. A stabilization mecha ball's movements is influenced by all testers. Use this characteristic to send as many stabilization mecha balls as possible into your zone within the time limit. They're so cute! In addition to the stock balls, glitz balls will also spawn. Stock balls are worth 1 point, and glitz balls are worth 7. Jump boosters can be found in the testing ground. Pick one up to perform an extreme jump that goes higher and farther. It's perfect for rapidly moving to the other side of a stabilization mecha ball to use it well. The test will be carried out in one of 5 random locations. Okay. Let's get to it. Oh, I have to do this with people? I can't just do this on my own? Well, crap. Okay, I think I will do this on my own time then. Yeah. I did not think it would force me to play with other people. Okay. I thought it would be one of those you can, but you don't have to type things, not you must use other people. Lame. Okay. What was the other option? This one? The arrival of a ... exclamation point. No. Oh my gosh. One day it'll open what I want. Let's then actually progress the main story. I'll record maybe the match with other people and then decide later if it's something I want to post or not. Because I might have to like block out people's like information or whatever.